Grace loves to swim, and she loves to read. You know, I mean, you have some people who just are avid readers. That would be her. If, you know, it's her quiet time, she actually will read a book and hang out on the couch. She's kind of like an adult in that way. Grace progressed very typically up until she was about 18 months old. And then it seemed like overnight we just lost her. She stopped looking at us. She stopped having a connection with us. And she lost all the words that she had. If you were to look at her off the street, just being someone that never saw her before, you would probably not think that there was anything wrong. I mean, if you look at her, she's a beautiful girl. But then when you ask her a question, she would either do this or just look at you like you had 10 heads. All of her challenges have been with communication. So social language, she won't reciprocate conversation, she will not engage with anybody, she won't go up and try to play with another child. She may look, but she's not an initiator.
Since many behaviors associated with autism manifest as communication difficulties, the team at the Autism Language Program at Children's Hospital Boston is working to alleviate some of these difficulties with a program using visual supports.
Visual supports give a child with autism the ability to communicate and learn more effectively. So what we do here is we use visuals to support not only language expression, but also language comprehension and just organization in general. So what we find is that a lot of our kids with autism have a really hard time understanding the speech that is being provided to them. So rather than constantly speak to them through spoken language, which is really difficult for them to understand, if we can speak to them through these visuals, well, then we've got their attention, we're speaking to their strengths and hoping to communicate through that modality.
She has the answers to questions, it's just that it's all up here. So giving her visual supports allows her to get what's up here, out here, easily. And now, she's independent.
I can have this little schedule here. Get the bed. Visual supports give a child with autism visual cues to understand what someone is trying to say to them, what to expect next, and how to interact with the world around them. Tuck in the blanket. You're all done. Nice job. And that's it. And so ideally, rather than holding an individual's hand throughout all of those steps of the bed-making process, the idea is that they'll actually be in control of this and they'll be able to kind of guide themselves through it and making them less prompt-dependent and more independent.
Some children use multiple types while others stick with only one. Some types of visual supports include picture symbols, which represent specific things or actions like I want an apple or I feel happy.
I want to eat apple.
Video observational learning, or using a video model to instruct the listener on what they're supposed to do.
Do this.
Countdown boards, first then displays, and picture schedules are used to show the order in which a task is accomplished, like first work and then Dora, or what can be expected during the day, like first we'll sing, then we'll play with dolls, then we'll work, and then we'll watch movies. And social stories, which highlight how a child should interact in an upcoming activity, like when Grace gets to the library, she'll greet Miss Suzanne and place her books in their return.
So when we're using behavioral supports, like those first thens, or the activity or daily schedules, that's not very far removed from what you and I do. You know, I have a calendar, I have my daily planner, if I'm reading a recipe book, I'm going to have step-by-step instructions as to how to complete a task. All of these are going to be the same for kids with autism. You might have, instead of, cooking a gourmet meal, it might be how to complete an art project. And those step-by-step instructions might not come in text as they would for you or I, rather they might come in pictures.
All children are different with autism, all children are different with visual supports. Every family is going to be different. But what's great about it is that you can make it your own. You know, I remember telling Jenny when we first went there how I just wanted to hear what Grace had to say, and not what she wanted. You know, what was she thinking about? Was she thinking like, oh, how beautiful the sky is? Or, you know, and I just said, how can we go? Are we going to get there? Are we going to get to that point?
What did you do today?
I went to.
And she started to show us how to use the visual supports. And we found that quite, it was pretty quick that Grace was able to latch on to even a basic setup of, I want you to do something, or I see something, or I hear something, or, you know, Mama, sing a song. And it was like, wow. It was almost overnight that we had this change. It was a matter of putting the right thing in her face. And it was that simple. And she started to, this little butterfly started to emerge from the cocoon. It was like, wow. Having a child with autism sometimes can be daunting in the fact that there's a lot of negativeness. When it seemed to be such a grim prognosis for her. What the program brought to us was that, hey, there's a person in there, and this is a way to let us see who that person really is. And you know, it's a tool. It's a you know, some people need a wheelchair to get around. That's their tool, and this is her tool to come out. And so it really has just meant the whole world to our family. We're starting to see this butterfly emerge, and it's been an amazing thing to watch.
When using these visuals, it will be important to keep in mind that use them as much as possible. They're just tremendously beneficial, and so the more we can use them, the better, and it really is a practice makes perfect scenario. Approach the parents and say, you know, how can I best use these visuals to support your child? We just want them to be available and used as much as possible.
Works for your child, then really go with it, because I have seen Grace just go from no communication skills at all to just flourishing with this visual support. So we need to provide as much visual supports in our home as we possibly can. I just feel like we owe that to them, to give them every tool possible to succeed.
Reach out today to the family you know with a child with autism if you have questions about visual supports. For more resources, you can also visit childrenshospital.org/ALP and click on See My Voice.
Are you all done, or do you want more?
I'm done.
All done?